Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. It is I, Dave, the Tabletop Wanderer, and today we are starting off our Cairn 2nd edition campaign. Yes, before we get into that, I would like to present you all to Johnny, who is our mascot right here, our dead druid. I got him the other day on a little trip I went with the missus. I saw him in the shop and said, yep, Johnny has to come home. So let's get into all this thing. Cairn 2nd edition, that is the game we are going to be using for our campaign. We still have the world building right here in case we need it for something. And we will also use the Cairn bestiary. Is it bestiary or bestiary? I think it's bestiary. I always say bestiary because, the beast's in here. But bestiary because there's no A here. It is whatever, whatever it is. Don't care. Cairn 2nd edition. Apart from that, we will be using Solospelunkings Solo Framework, RPG Framework and Toolbox, the Fantasy Edition. Spelunking has a great, awesome YouTube channel. He does some really good, awesome solo RPG playthroughs. Go and check him out. I'll leave a link in the description for that. And you can also get this on, what was it? I think it's on itch.io. No, Drive-Thru RPG. That's it, Drive-Thru RPG. You can get this. Pretty cheap, really good stuff. He makes a lot of good solo RPG supplements. That's the word I wanted. Supplements, yeah. And so for fantasy, sci-fi, you name it, he's got it. And it is just awesome stuff, awesome work. Apart from that, we are also going to be using two little things from Moses Boyajian. We're going to be using his solo RPG GME and the D20 random tables. I did a quick look through of these on the channel, and this here is really good because, like, if you need something right on the fly and you don't have anything in mind, like kingdoms. Let's go kingdoms. Okay, architectural style. You got that. You just roll a D20. Architectural wonders and stuff like that. Businesses that are in there. Common criminal activities. Like really good stuff. And his solo RPG GME is really top notch. Also, I have used this before a little bit on my Alnor, I think it was the Shadow of Alnor playthrough. So yeah, two things from Moses, which you can also get from Drive-Thru RPG. I'll leave a link in the description for these also that we will be using. Okay, now let me just put this over here. And with our playthrough, we have Leda and Jain. These are two characters that I already made up for my one-shot, 1 month thing that I have going on. This month is something different. Go check that video out. And so we have Leda the Bonekeeper and Jain the Fletchwind. And in the last episode we created two more characters because Cairn is really gruesome and brutal. You can literally get one-shotted. Like, no joke, you can literally get one-shotted in this game. Okay, and so I went ahead and I made Kittlewright, who is Beric, and Light the March Guard. And these are our four characters. I haven't printed out their sheet because I have no ink. I need to get some cartridges, but they are really expensive here in Portugal, like everything else is in Portugal. Okay, and those are our four characters. In the meantime, so, oh God, I'm hitting my microphone again, aren't I? So if you don't know already, this last Monday, there was a massive blackout in Europe. And it affected mainly Portugal and Spain. And if you don't know, I live in Portugal. So basically from 11 in the morning till 11 at night, there was no power anywhere in Portugal. In some zones, even the next day, there was no electricity. I got electricity back about 11 at night. So what I did, I took the opportunity of not having any electricity, not having internet, not being linked to anything, and I went ahead and I did my map for this campaign. This is more or less the map that we did on the first episode 0. I just made it a bit prettier, just a little bit prettier. And so you can see we got our main city here, our main town here, and we got some roads going out, which we will explore. The roads with the X's, they are roads that are obstructed by something. The dashed lines, they are secret roads that we need to find, hopefully get something, some clue or something like that. We got a little village here, got another town here, another village there. We got a dungeon here, some points of interest, these around here, that up there. We've got a dungeon here, dungeon there, dungeon there. Where else? That's about, a dungeon here also. And we'll see how this is going to play out, okay? And this region is called the Brisk Gold because, if you don't remember, where did I put my sheets? Where do I have all that written down? I don't remember. There we go. So, the Brisk Gold. That's the name of this region of Darwin, because I am going to continue this with the other stuff that I've been doing. So the Black Flame Society and the Shadow of Alnor. This is another region of Darwin. And we got two factions in here, which I talked about on the other video, the Whispering Quill and the Shifting Creed. And why did I call this the Brisk Gold? Because there's sort of a gold rush going on around here, okay? That is basically it. So without further ado, let's get into this playthrough, okay? I will be taking notes down on this also. I will be trying to do some journaling. I don't normally do journaling. I don't really know how to, but I think this will be a good time for me to learn and practice, especially practice my calligraphy, because I got chicken scratches all over the blanket. I don't know how to do anything. Okay, so now, our four characters. What are they up to? I have no idea. I have not prepared anything whatsoever for this campaign, just except the map, the factions, all that stuff over there, and the characters. That's all I got. I got no story points. I got nothing. Nothing. Let me just take this out of here. This is bugging me. So what I'm going to do, let's start off the right way. Let's go here. And with Solospelunkings Framework, let's see what we can get. I need to put this layer. Oh, it is practically at the maximum. Let's see what we can get. So, I'm going to say, let me see. I got it. Leda and Jean, they walked into our heart, our main city. Can I get a city name? Is there anything? Let me see here. Does Moses have anything here to generate city names? NPCs, characters. What did I do? I did a boo-boo. I don't want that. Oh, damn it. Yep. No. Okay. Unique fantasy topic, creative fantasy settings, temples, ruins, taverns, strongholds. Okay. Kingdoms. Names. What's here on names? Adventure party names, bandit groups, Stellaral, Dark Lords, Demonic, Dragon, Elemental, Dwarven, Elven Face, Legendary Heroes, Magic Items, Merchants, Ship Names, Heroic Deeds. Okay, we don't have any sort of names. Taverns, Temples, Unique. Okay, tell you what, give me a name for the hearth, for our major town, and I'm going to jump into here. Okay, no, let's not. Let's go here. Okay, so Leda and Jean, they walked into the town, And as they're walking into the town, they start to hear some ruckus going on, right? Some crazy stuff going on. And because they do have a donkey with them, right? Leda has a donkey, a wagon and a donkey, and they get to the town tavern, and they can hear that the ruckus is all inside in there. There's something going on in there. And so they hook up the donkey to one of the pillars, the posts there, and they start to make their way up the stairs to the tavern. And as they do that, this guy comes flying out one of the windows, and this guy walks out to the window, and he has a gravelly voice, and he goes, "I told you, you don't know my mum, and she's not one of those. Now, bugger off." And the guy that's laying flat on the ground, he picks himself up and goes, "You're going to pay for this. You're going to pay for this light. You'll see. You'll see." And he runs off. So Leda and Jean, they walk in, and they can see that the fella that was at the window, he made his way to the bar and is standing at the bar. And there's this other dude next to him, another guy. He's short, right? He's short, but he looks like he's pretty strong. And they can see that he has a saw hanging from his waist, and he also has some sort of pincers, like metal pincers. And Jean turns to Led and says, I think he might be some sort of blacksmith, probably." And Leda turns to her, "Really? What makes you think that? The pincers?" And Jean says, "Well, yes, and look at the size of his arms. He's massive." And then at that, the fellow with the pincers turns around, looks at them, and says, "Not only are they massive, but I've got good hearing. Got a problem, missus?" And the other fella, the fella they know now who is Light, he turns around to face them, and he goes, "You know what? I don't mind throwing ladies through the window either. What's going on? What do you want?" And Jean goes, no, nothing. Nothing's going on. It's just that, we're looking for some companions. We're looking for some work. And Light turns to her and goes, "Well, if it's work you want, the notice board is outside. I don't hire." And they say, "Okay, thank you." And Leda says, "Thank you." As she's stepping back, she takes a few steps back, and they walk out of the tavern with their backs towards the street, towards the door, always looking at them. And the smith and Light just fixing them, staring at them. And they go outside, and Jean goes, "Well, that was close. Like, he really does have good hearing." And Leda says, "Yeah, but you were also talking a bit loud, That's why he heard you." And from inside, they can hear, "I can still hear you." And they just step down the stairs and grab hold of the reins of the donkey and start pulling the donkey away. As they're doing that, these three guys run up, each from the side, one from one side of the tavern, another from the other side, and the guy that was laying on the ground just starts running forward also, and the three of them just run inside the tavern. And Jean turns to Len and says, "Look, that's not fair. 3 against 2, that's not fair." And Leda goes, "Well, what do you want to do?" And Jean says, "Well, I'm not going to just stand here and watch." And she bursts in. She runs inside, And as she gets there, she can see, oh, wait, I need to do something. Wait, give me a sec. So Jean and Leda, they run into the tavern, and they see the three mugs right there, and they see Light, who they know is Light, and the fella they think that is the smith, the Kettlewright. They don't know yet that he is a Kettlewright. Okay, and with that, let's... Oh, sorry, Joni. Let me get one of these. Where is my stuff? Everything just... I'll just use this. Okay, so they ran in and they see that, and they can see that something's going to go down. And with that, this first fella, he starts running up towards the smith. This guy also, and this guy runs around here to go and get to get Light, to hit Light. And what I'm going to say, right, is, let me see, is there any sort of bestiary in here that we can use? I can't remember. No. Okay, so I'll just use the normal Cairn bestiary, right? And let's see if we get some thugs or something like that. Or bandits or something. Okay, no thugs, but we do get bandits. Okay, 5. And the bandits are, let's have a look. 4 HP, 11 strength, 14 dex, and 12 will, and they do D6 damage with daggers. Okay, let's get Bandit 1, Bandit 2, Bandit 3. And they got 4 HP each. Like that. And they do D6 damage with their daggers. Okay. 11 strength, 14 dex, 12 will. Don't think that is going to pop up into this. So with Cairn rules, we actually always go first. Okay. And with that, we see then the Kettlewright, which we know is he's the Kettlewright, but they think he's a smith, right? Jean and Leda think that he's a smith. He turns around and he says, funny. And he's going to use his, let's see what he's got, a crossbow, but also has, what else? Spiked boots and a saw. He's got a hammer, so he's going to use his hammer. So he's going to grab his hammer. Oh, I need to get my dice. What shall we use for this? You know what? I've got the white ones right here. Let's just use that. I wish I had my D6 though. Ouch. Sorry. Let's just use this. Let's just use that. So he is going to go for number 1. He turns around with his hammer and he hits him. Oh, boom! 6 points of damage straight into the face of this bandit. Do they have any armor? I don't think so, right? Nope, no armor whatsoever. So he turns, trying to sneak up on me. Boom! And just smacks this guy across the skull. And this guy just lumps down to the ground with blood rushing out. Okay, this guy will have to wait. Now, Light turns to the other bandit number 3, and he goes, "What are you trying to do?" he turns to this guy and says, "You brought mates? Well, this will be the end of them." And he gets his D10 long sword and he swings for a 4, which takes him out. Boom, straight away. So this guy is dead, and this guy is dead also. This guy, he's the one that was thrown through the window. He turns and goes, "You killed my best mates. You killed my best mates. You're going to pay for it." And he runs straight for the kettle right. And he's going to do a d6 damage with his dagger. And that is 2 damage on the kettle right. And he's got 6 points of health. Does he have any armor though? I don't think so. No, I didn't give him any armor, right? No. So that's 2 points of health. He goes down to 4. And the Kettlewright goes, "Oh, you're trying to kill me with that little thing?" And as that happens, our 2 other party members, so Jean and Leda, they were watching this, and they go, "Look out!" And Jean, with her bow, her war bow, she hits with a d6. And she fires, well, that's Jean there. She fires at the other bandit. And she hits him for 1. That is enough for him to be a bit like, he's going, wow, he caught him by surprise. However, Leda, with her, what does she have? She has a stake. Yeah, she has a stake. She runs straight up, and let me see what this that does. The stake does d6 damage. She runs up to him. "You leave them alone, you bully!" And she hits for 1. Okay, yeah, really, really good help. These 2 are. Now, it is the Kettlewright's turn. I'll just call him Beric. So Beric, he grabs his wound. He got a little cut on his side. He goes, "You miserable dog, you're going to pay for this." And he grabs his hammer and he rolls for 4, just smacking this guy's head open. Blah. And he goes, "That'll teach you for disturbing my drink." So everyone is down and out. And Leda and Jean go up to them. And Leda, she does have some sort of, she has some sort of healing stuff, right? Chain manacles, potion of healing, boiled armor. Oh wait, Jean does have boiled armor. Heart salve, yeah. So Jean, she has some salve, some heart root salve, and she starts applying it to the cut of the smith. And she goes, "Are you all right? Are you okay?" And he's looking at as she's putting the salve, the balm on him, and he goes, "Well, thank you, Missy. I appreciate it." And then Light says, "Yes, we appreciate the help, whatever that was, but yes, we appreciate it. Thank you." And so they're getting introduced themselves as Jean continues to put the salve on the Kettlewright, and they introduce themselves. They say, "Yes, I'm Beric. I'm a Kettlewright." And as he says that, Jean turns to Leda and says, "Well, I was nearly there. He is a smith, sort of." And then Light says yes, and I'm Light, the March Guard. I'm a March Guard. Thank you for the help. And they say, well, I'm Letter, this is Jean, and so on and so forth. And I am going to call it quits for this episode, and this was the introduction to our campaign. We'll see what comes up on the next one, okay? Thank you all for watching. I hope you did enjoy this intro to the story, which we really don't know what the story is right now, right? Thank you once again for watching, and I'll see you all on the next one. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and also hit that bell notification so you can always get notified from new videos, okay? And if you haven't, go and check out the For Against Darkness campaign also, and of course all my other videos that have been that are up. Series 1 of this was the Black Flame Society. Series 2 was the Shadow of Alnor, and I still need to figure out a name for this one. Okay, thank you once again, and I'll see you all on the next one. Bye-bye.